Alright guys, welcome back to Kerbal Done Right. This is part 9, and so yeah, it's part 2, or yeah, never mind that. Step 2 is to do the same thing that we did over there on the runway, and so that's what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna go collect the signs from the runway. This should get us enough so that we can get the wheels and then go cruise around the rest of the buildings for that too. Alrighty, so here we are on the runway. I can't click it yet. There we go. Crew report 1.5 science. Alright, that's fine. Mystery goo 3 science. All good. Materials bay 7.5 science. All good, definitely what we like. And now we are flying above the shore, so it's probably not going to show us any better for that because it for some reason records this as being the shoreline even though it's the runway. But if we land, you will notice that we are on the runway now. So even if that says that we were in the air, we're on the runway, and it was just being weird. Alright, climb this. Then we're gonna get back in. There we go. And let's try rolling her out of this area so that we can get over there to the plains to use this other goo canister here. It should keep us in a relatively straight roll over that way because of the goo containers balancing it out a little bit. Oops. Alright, there we go. It might have to rearrange it every now and again, but it's alright. Except I think we may have done something wrong here and gotten ourselves stuck. Alright, there we go. Slow going, but it works. And Valentina don't seem to mind. She likes it. It's all good. And we are almost off of this runway here. And voila. We should be on the shores now. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll check and find out. Mystery goo. Observation from the runway. Nope. We are still on the runway. Oh boy. We got ourselves stuck again. Roll it. Roll out. Everybody roll out. We got this, roll out. Come on, you know you want to roll out. Quite literally rolling out of time. I don't know, but we will figure it out. Keep on rolling until we wind up going the opposite direction. Almost down the hill. I think once we're at the bottom of this hill it changes to the other area. Alright, let's check now. What does it say? Still say runway? From the runway. Yes, it does. Alright, well, we'll keep going until it says something else. Which shouldn't be too far because the runway's really not this big of an area. Yeah, we're pretty much off of the runway right here. Keep it. There we go. Now we should be off of it. What's it gonna tell us? I know many people don't do it like this because there's like a billion easier ways to do it, but observation from KSC. Boom. Alright, now we can recover the vessel. Actually, let's see. Can we get an EVA above KSC from right here? No. Okay. Can we get it from the ground right here? Yes. Awesome. Alright, so we got the EVA from the ground as well. And that's plenty of science right there. And we gotta get her to board again, and then we are set. Recover vessel, and that expedition is done. Alright. We should have gotten quite a bit of little science there too, probably about like 30. Close. 19.8. So we did get the other 10 from doing that experiment in the water, like I told you guys in the last one. Basically, we just relaunched the same design into the water and got just the science bay thing there. Alright, so now that we have 122 here, we are going to upgrade the astronaut complex. This allows us to EVA while we're in the air, which is pretty important if we plan on doing it in space. And there is like 2 different atmospheres, and then there is 2 different spaces. So there's high altitude, low altitude, space low altitude, and space high orbits. And we will eventually get to all of them, but for now we're going to see what we need for this parts. So we need 12 more science. Alright, we can do that. Right, we can do that, no problem. We're just going to build a launch system, and then we're going to fly it the other direction. Yeah, why not? We'll use the thumper. Really big engine. And we will attach the parachute up top. And the communitrons. Alright, by the way, this angle snap actually allows you to set it so it's a little bit better and easier to organize across from each other rather than the radial snap. I don't like the radial snap, I'd never use it anymore, so yeah. And we are going to put 2 of these on this one. And we're going to see how well this goes. Hopefully it works like I planned. The point for this is to get us to the highlands, and this will be over the plains, and this one will be over the highlands. And so yeah, we can do it like that. And over the plains, over the highlands, or on the plains, on the highlands, wherever we wind up, that's what we will do. And so to add a little bit of stability here, we're going to attach 4 of these down here. That's just to make it easier to steer, basically. There we go, that's centered. It drives me crazy when it isn't centered. So the key about the lift is you want the lift below the center of mass, but above the thrust. So we actually might need to move this up a little bit like so. That'll work just fine. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. And so we're going to close that, get her in there, because I don't much care for Jebediah. And we don't have any new missions just yet, but soon enough, you guys will see. We're probably going to break a couple more speed records here because this thing has a lot more fuel than the Thumper, or the Hammer. And so yeah, let's launch. and immediately turn left. Just a little bit. It's kind of hard to get to turn that way, but once it starts going that way, the gravity will push it down just fine, which is exactly what we're looking forward to. Right here, it seems to be doing it slowly but surely. It's going that direction. We're actually holding down the A key this entire time. So yeah. We'll turn off the SAS, maybe that'll help us. Nope, definitely not. That just made us bounce backwards. We're 600 meters a second. Over 700 meters a second. And we're starting to get the red glow. Cool. It should get us to about 1,000 meters a second. And then we will probably not make it to the highlands, but I'm not sweating that. Our goal is for the plains this time. Let's hope we get there. Where are we landing? In the ocean? Really? Didn't work as I had hoped. Oh well, we're getting some altitude records here because we're almost into space with this one, which is good. Also, right now is a great time to have her do this. EVA report. She is now in the upper atmosphere, and she's going to put that into the experiment. She's going to board, and she's going to observe materials bay in the upper atmosphere above Kerbal's surface, and that'll give us 22 more science. And we are also going to release the goo here. Upper atmosphere, 9 science. Once we get to about 60, it should be lower orbit or something like that. I think, I don't know for sure, but yeah, it'll be something. For sure. Something. Alright, so let's go ahead and check these. 26K altitude record for the kilometers. That's pretty cool. And 19 kilometer record. I think we're way past that. And crew reports from the upper atmosphere, 4.5 science. Let's have her EVA. She's going to take the data. She's going to collect the data. Yes, we know it will do that. She's going to store that data. And have her EVA again. Upper atmosphere still. Okay. Reboard. So she's going to reach 64 kilometers. Alright, so that's basically it for this round, I think. We're going to touch down, and then we should have a lot of science to get the parts to make an airplane. Yes, guys, I know how to make an airplane. I have actually made a couple of them very successful, and they work quite well with very good fuel efficiency, so yeah, it helps. Let's give her a good time here. She's gonna just have some fun floating, falling into the ground with those, her fins on this thing is really flying off the ship. That's kinda crazy, but whatever, floats her boat. Quite literally floating a boat. It claimed we were landing in the ocean there, but I don't think we're going to. Let's go ahead and pull that chute so it doesn't like get us killed. Let's pull our nose up. Come on, pull up. Come on. Coming in hot. There we go. Now your parachutes can actually be ripped off, which is something very dangerous to do. So if you're going over 1K meters a second, it's probably not a good idea to launch the parachute. I was doing that before too, and I don't think it was helping me much. Because the parachute was getting really iffy there, and I've actually had it lose a couple times where it would just snap off. And we are actually above the planes. So basically what I was doing with the collecting the data in that, it resets the crew report so you can have more than one crew report, and I'm going to do that right here above Kerbin's grasslands, which is good. Let's see what the goo container says. I don't think it's going to say anything other than flying on Kerbal. Yeah. Alright, so we already got that. We could do it again just to get the other 1.6 science, but I'm not going to bother with that because we're going to get it off of the grassland surface here. We almost did make it to the highlands. They were just right there. We'll go to the highlands with a space plane, so that'll be something to look forward to. With our unique design for a space plane, generic and rather pathetic, I'm sure. Okay, why are we nose diving? This isn't making any sense. Our parachute is at the nose. Why is it going through the ship? This better not be how we land. This will not go well if it is. Alright, let's speed up time till we hit about 500 meters. And that's when it should pop the chute. Come on. Okay. About time. Alright, now we can warp it to 4 speed because we are facing upward and we are good to go. Our engine's probably gonna blow up. Yep. But nothing else is, so we are good. All good. We can observe the material bay now. It is on Kerbin's grassland, 7.5 science there. We are going to observe the mystery goo. 3 science there for being on the grasslands. Wind time back down. Those things are slowly breaking. And tip our ship over if we can. Can we do it? Nope. Alright, well that's fine too. We can EVA. And she's going to EVA reports on Kerbin's grasslands, 5.6 science. Actually, I think that's flying above Kerbin's grasslands. Yeah. Store experiments. And then she's gonna let go. And she's going to take another EVA report, and we are on Kerbin's grasslands, 2.4 science. And we're going to go ahead and plant a flag just because we can. She made history today, making her first landing at the grasslands. And this is our flag. Valentina's Descent. Actually, I think that was right. I don't know. And you can put a custom text in there with the flag if you want to, but I'm not going to bother. It's interesting. Yeah. If anyone knows the character, props to you. That was actually something that was in the flag files. And you can add custom images to it as well. Can we climb this back into there? Because that'll save us some time. It does not look like it. Alright, so we're going to recover her. And get what little science she had. And then we're going to recover the ship as well. And then that'll be it for this episode. Alright, so she had 2.5 science. That's okay. We can turn and look over there. Our ship is right there. We will recover that. 62.8 science. We're up to 100. See how easily this is done compared to what I was doing it, guys? Big difference. And we are back at the 88k funds. See, is there any other? No. Okay. So let's get our stuff here. We're going to get the basic flight aviation. This will give us our rover wheels, our quote-unquote rover wheels, and our airplane landing stuff. And I like to partner that up with a, not the advanced flight control, but the basic science, because it now gives us a thermometer that we can do all the same experiments with, just using the thermometer. And each time it'll give us different science as well, so it's very, very unique. And because this is reusable, we could actually create a rover and just use the thermometer all the way around the buildings here and get all that science just by doing that without having to constantly relaunch. So yeah, look forward to that too. And so that's going to be it for part 9, guys. I will see you guys next time with part 10 of Kerbal done right. And so hopefully you guys are enjoying this, finding it something that you can learn from, and kind of learning some of the game that I've recently learned. I'm enjoying it a lot more now that I know how to do all this. And so with that said, I'll see you guys around. As always, keep sinful, keep alive, and keep watching. I'll see you when I see you next time. Do it every now and again, but it's alright. Except I think we may have done something wrong here and gotten ourselves stuck. Alright, there we go. Slow going, but it works. And Valentina don't seem to mind, she likes it. It's all good. And we are almost off of this runway here. And voila. We should be on the shores now. Maybe not. I don't know, but we'll check and find out. Mystery Goo. Alright guys, welcome back to Kerbal Done Right. This is part 9. And so yeah, it's part 2, or yeah, never mind that. Step 2 is to do the same thing that we did over there on the runway. And so that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to go collect the science from the runway. This should get us enough so that we can get the wheels and then go cruise around the rest of the buildings for that too. Alrighty, so here we are on the runway. I can't click it yet. There we go. Crew report 1.5 science. Alright, that's fine. Mystery Goo 3 science. All good. Materials Bay 7.5 science. All good. Definitely what we like. And now we are flying above the shore. So it's probably not going to show us any better for that because it for some reason records this as being the shoreline, even though it's the runway. But if we land, you will notice that we are on the runway now. So even if that says that we were in the observation from the runway, nope, we are still on the runway. Oh boy, we got ourselves stuck again. Roll it! Roll out! Everybody roll out! We got this, roll out! Come on, you know you want to roll out. Quite literally rolling out of time. I don't know, but we will figure it out. Keep on rolling. Air, we're on the runway, and it was just being weird. Alright, climb this. Then we're gonna get back in. There we go. And let's try rolling her out of this area so that we can get over there to the plains to use this other goo canister here. It should keep us in a relatively straight roll over that way because of the goo containers balancing it out a little bit. Oops. Alright, there we go. It might have to rearrange